Hi, everyone, and welcome to Otakusphere. Definitely not weekly in the slightest. Episode 28. We've had to ride through some major technical difficulties to bring you this episode, and we're still not entirely sure you're going to get this episode, but here's hoping. I am Karen, and with me tonight are Sal.
Buenas noches.
And Lifesong.
Hello.
Okay, and let's see. The last podcast we did was back in the summer. We did Darling and the Franxx. Had wanted to do more shows, but unfortunately I had computer problems and so on and so forth. But that's not important now. What's important is we're back and we're right on the cusp of the fall season. So we figured it's a good time to look at the list of shows and talk about what we're going to be watching and possibly writing about over the next few months. Also, I'm really lazy and I don't feel like actually doing a season preview, so this can sort of save me from having to write one. So yeah, let's see how that works. Before we get into the fall season, though, let's see. I mean, is there any otaku relevant stuff you guys would like to share? Sal, watched any good anime lately?
I finished the anime Planet Whiff, which was based on a storyboard by the creator of the Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer, also known as the True FLCL Season 2.
Okay, well now I kind of understand why I've been hearing so much buzz about Planet Whiff, because I know a lot of people think Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer is really, really great. So
have you read it?
No, I want to. I will eventually, but just I didn't know the Planet Whiff was the same author. But now that I do, it's like, oh, that's why everybody loves Planet Whiff. Cool.
I didn't either, and instantly I'm excited.
And both are on Crunchyroll, so you can actually read Biscuit Hammer on Crunchyroll manga, and Whiff is simulcasted on there too.
Oh, I own the whole Biscuit Hammer manga. It's great.
I keep forgetting that Crunchyroll manga exists. I have to stop with that. Like, if I'm gonna keep paying for the stupid Crunchyroll subscription for all these years, I should at least be reading the damn manga.
I will ask you this, Sal: is the translation on Crunchyroll any good? Their manga translations are not always on spot.
I can't answer that because the only one I read was Scum's Wish, and I imagine that translation was based on whoever brought over the manga. That I'm not sure.
No, it's not. I have the Yen Press copy of Scum's Wish, and I can tell you it actually makes sense. So,
yeah.
Scum's Wish actually makes sense? This is news.
Well, I mean, the English makes sense. Let me rephrase. Whether or not anything past that, that's up to your interpretation.
Yeah, I actually saw only one episode of Scum's Wish, so I have no right to make fun of it at all, but it just seemed like a fun thing to say. I don't know. That's the secret to this podcast. I haven't actually watched any anime. I just say things that I think might sound somewhat clever at the time. Anyway. Okay, Lifesong, watched any good anime or anything to that effect lately?
The two things for me have been just keeping up with Overwatch. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch lately. I was about to say Overlord because we're talking about anime.
Right.
And how not summon a demon lord.
Yeah, I saw the first episode of that, because that's in the category of shows that Wilson watches that I will see the first episode and maybe end up seeing more of it. But I don't know if he finished it, so I didn't end up seeing more of it. Like, from the first episode, I thought it was okay, but I didn't feel like this I must finish this show compulsion. Like, I felt like it could go.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was around episode 3 or 4 where I started to feel like, hey, this is actually not just a trash show. And honestly, when I started it, I thought that it would be. I had actually came out of just finished marathoning in Another World with my cell phone, which, I mean, was better than I think people gave it credit for, but overall not very good.
Yeah, but saying it's better than people give it credit for doesn't require it to be very good at all. So.
No.
Yeah.
It deserves a lot of the hatred it gets. It's just, it was okay. It was entertaining. It wasn't good. I don't know if that is a clear distinction. Probably not. But anyway,
I kind of
coming out of that, my expectations for how not to summon a demon were really low, and so it was cool to see that it was both funny and has a decent story to it. I mean, it's definitely a light novel. It's not like super deep. It's not ReZero. It's not Sword Art Online, but it's pretty good.
Well, speaking of light novels, Wilson has been buying a ton of light novels from J Novel Club to read on his commute. So he has the light novels for How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Shield Hero. I killed slimes for 300 years and now I'm max level and all that stuff.
Okay.
And I haven't read any of that stuff yet, but I do want to. I do want to try a lot of those light novels. I'm reading War and Peace now for some reason. I don't know why. It just seemed like a good idea, and I'm 1,000 pages in, so I may as well finish. But anyway, once I finish that, I want to read some of this treasure trove of light novels that he's collected. And if I end up liking the light novels for Demon Lord, then I might go back and watch it. So.
Cool.
All right. Did you watch anything else this season, or you were pretty much just watching Demon Lord because you were busy, right?
I've watched a lot of older stuff. Like I watched about half of Gundam. Oh, can I think of the name? Iron Blooded Orphans, the first season. Well, I've got some older anime in, but I haven't really been keeping up with this ending season very well.
Yeah, I kept up with a couple of things this season, although, well, I did finish watching Steins Gate Zero, which I just wrote something on today. I thought that was really good, but I think I'm like just kind of predisposed to like Steins Gate. They could probably put out a Steins Gate season that wasn't even very good, and I'd just be like, I love Okabe, he's my husbando, and I'd really enjoy it. So, but I do honestly think it's good though. I'm like not just
gotcha.
I watched Kakurio, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, which was one of those shows where I felt like I was the only one in the entire world who was watching it. I should probably have gone on Crunchyroll and just like looked at the comments just to assure myself that I wasn't literally the only person on earth watching it. But that was an enjoyable show. One of those shows steeped in Japanese mythology that never really gets super duper interesting, but is always just sort of classy and makes you feel a little smarter while you're watching it.
Cool.
And Phantom in the Twilight, which was, I don't want to say it was a train wreck. It wasn't that dramatic, but just fell far, 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 far short of its potential. But because it took place in a coffee shop, of course, I watched the whole thing. Yeah, so I think I watched one or two more things, but if they're not like jumping into my mind now, I'm pretty sure they're not that important. So, okay, so let's move on to fall. We all ready for fall?
Sure.
Okay, so we are looking at AniChart.net, and we have it sorted by popularity. Yes, we are giving in to the tyranny of popularity, but honestly, it just seemed like the most intuitive way to sort things for right now. So the first thing listed, unsurprisingly, is Sword Art Online, Aliciazation. Man, I feel like I've been talking about Sword Art Online for like a million years. I don't know like how to start talking about Sword Art Online again. Sal, you're going to be watching this, right?
Hell yeah. And you know what's the best part? It's going to be the first time in SAO history where the entire season focuses on one entire arc, since it's like the longest arc in the novels, and it's going to cover like around 50-something episodes, but I guess it's going to be split into like 25 or 24 episode cores.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I heard it was going to... I'm sorry, Lifesong?
It's that long for one arc. Is the whole arc one book? Or... is that known?
It's multiple books, like more than 4 books, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I really don't know much about what's coming, other than that people like it. That's pretty much everything I know about it.
Yeah, my understanding is this arc of Sword Art Online is going to run for 4 cores, so it's going to be on for pretty much a year.
Wow.
So, yeah, and you know, it's interesting because I think a lot of series, if they have a long arc, would probably like to do something like this, but aren't. It's just not feasible. But because of the popularity of Sword Art Online, they have the option to do this. So right. That's interesting. I hope it lives up to the hype with however many 48 episodes or so on that it's going to get.
Yeah. Do we know if they're planning to run it all consecutively, or is that too early for that?
That we don't know. I'm imagining, going by A1's previous track record, they may do like maybe 2 cores, then take a break, and then do the other 2 cores.
You know, I thought it was consecutive, but that may have just been an assumption on my part. I can't tell you where I like read that or confirm that, so I don't know for sure. Okay. We shall see. Also, did either of you guys see Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale, the film?
Oh, it's so good. Yes. I was surprised at how much I liked it.
I've seen like the first 20 minutes, and then the 2-year-old was like, "I don't like this. Make this stop." So I haven't I haven't seen the rest of it yet, but I want to.
No augmented reality for the 2-year-old.
Yeah, well, whenever we're watching anime, usually she says, "Anime's over. Anime's over." Did I tell you this? Did I tell you guys this before? So we usually don't even like try to watch anime when she's around anymore, but like, I don't know, a couple of nights ago we tried and we got in like the first 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. Like Asuna and Kirito were fighting that boss, and then Kirito like falls on his face because he's out of shape, and it's great.
Yeah.
And then that was all I saw though. So I want to finish it before the season starts. So we'll get back to that. Let's see. It's funny. It's like, I'm feeling like maybe we should just move on from Sword Art Online now and wait until it actually airs to talk more about it, because it's like we all know it's highly anticipated, but none of us have read the light novels, so we don't know any specifics. So maybe we should just wait and see.
I got some stuff to say about it.
Wait, you got what?
To say about the arc.
Okay, no spoilers.
I'll just say that one of the loose ends from the end of the Gun Gale online arc sparks the start of the Alicization one.
Now I'm trying to remember what loose ends it might have been.
I remember loose ends from the Gun Gale arc.
There was one loose end, and it was related to the culprit. That's all I'll say.
All right.
See, I don't remember what that is now. I mean, I could picture something like that, but
I guess since most people watching have heard, I'll just say that there's one culprit left that didn't get apprehended, and he's still out there.
Yeah, because there were 2 people involved, right?
3. That one guy, his little brother, and then that other person we haven't seen.
There was a 3rd person? I just remember the guy and his brother.
Yeah, and I don't remember GGO at all, apparently. I only remember the more recent one with awesome lolly girl with submachine guns.
Yes, that was great, by the way.
It was.
I will say that just because that podcast we attempted to record didn't work.
Oh yeah, I think I tried to strip that from my mind.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So Sword Art Online definitely. Oh, and I should mention this. We're not going to like try to write up every show, because that's just not. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. But a couple of the major shows we're all really into. We want to do some writing up on for this season. So Sword Art Online is definitely in that category. So if you want to hear more about Sword Art Online, check out Otakusphere. Ooh, little plug for my site.
Nice.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Fairy Tail. This is the final season of Fairy Tail. I think it's the 4th season. Doesn't really matter. I have seen the first couple of episodes of Fairy Tail because my brother, the last time he visited, was like, "You have to watch Fairy Tail." He had recently just like watched all of it that was out at that time. And I think it's okay. I think it's perfectly fine. It's the kind of thing I might watch if I didn't have like 800 million other things demanding my attention and War and Peace. But I'm not prepared to marathon like 100 episodes or however many it is so I can see the final season. So the most I can say is that maybe if I decide I want to get into Fairy Tail at some point, I might come back to this. Lifesong, you're not a Fairy Tail fan, are you?
I consider myself a fan. I haven't watched it in a long time. I don't remember how many episodes I was in. I think over 100, maybe around 100. Somewhere along the line, they went into a filler arc with the evil Jiggly Butt Gang, and I stopped watching. And I'm not kidding. That is their name.
How could you stop watching with the evil Jiggly Butt Gang still at large?
Well, I think I actually watched to the point where they became the subordinates of one of the lolly characters. And yeah, I don't know. But it went into another filler arc, and I always intended to watch it, and I just never did.
Okay, so someone I know will actually be watching this season of Fairy Tail. Maybe not immediately, but someday.
Yeah, I want to get there eventually. No urgency, though.
Yeah, although I guess my brother will be watching it, so I can try to get him on the podcast. Be like, hey, let's podcast and talk about Fairy Tail. He'd be like, I don't like podcasts. I think they're a waste of time. Why do you keep bugging me with this? And I'll be like, but you're watching Fairy Tail. You fill an important niche. I don't like you anymore. You're not my family. Click. Anyway. Okay. So, Sal, fairy tale fan? Yes? No?
I read like the first 3 books of the manga, which I love because I was a fan of Hiro Mashima's previous story, Rave Master, which was kind of like a shonen take on a classic Final Fantasy game. Also, the Jiggly Butt Gang was in that series too.
Oh, really? So they're not just a filler creation for Fairy Tail? They actually came from another series? They're like a recurring character?
Same with Pluto from Fairy Tail, the dog with the drill nose. He was also a key character in Rave Master.
See, I knew about the dog. I had no idea that the evil Jiggly Butt Gang was a recurring character, cross-universe character for
Yes.
Oh, I can't think of his name now. Fairy Tail's author.
See, I just want to skip ahead and watch the Jiggly Butt arc now and skip all the rest of Fairy Tail. It just sounds very rewarding.
It's totally not.
Let me have my fantasy, damn it. Anyway. Okay, so you're ready to move on from Fairy Tail?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sal. I think I may have cut you off in something you were saying. Sometimes I'm so entranced by listening to myself talk. I'm not even sure. No?
Anyways, from what I read, I wanted to read more of Fairy Tail, but I think money and plus other stuff coming out, I wasn't able to buy the other volumes.
Okay, it's kind of significant that this is number 2 on the popularity chart after SAO, though. I mean, I always kind of thought that Fairy Tail was kind of like a lesser shonen, but well, you know what it is.
Judging by the fact that it keeps getting new seasons and just also from how much cosplay I've seen of it at conventions and stuff, I think there's a pretty sizable fan base for it.
Yeah, I think I didn't realize how popular it was actually. Okay, but we're going to move on to Goblin Slayer by White Fox. Wait a minute. Help me here. White Fox is the same studio that does Steins Gate and ReZero, isn't it?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay, I knew I had some reason for being interested in Goblin Slayer. So, the weird thing about this is when you look at the picture for this anime, you assume it's another Trapped in Another World anime, but it isn't. It's actually a regular fantasy anime, and I thought it was illegal to make those at this point. So it's like, oh my god, like an actual fantasy anime where the person doesn't come in through a video game or something. Like, how can this be? So, to be honest, the premise doesn't sound like anything that I'm really excited about. Although the fact that the main character is a priestess in and of itself could be interesting, as opposed to like a more fighter type character. But the fact that it's White Fox, I tend to like most of their shows, so I'm definitely going to give this one a shot. Sal?
I am kind of interested in it. Also, there was another straight-up fantasy show airing in winter, which was Record of Grand Crest Wars, which was a story by the creator of Lotus Wars.
Record of Grand Crest War. Why does that sound really...
It was the one that involved that fantasy war series in regards to gaining control of special crests that determines one's status in society.
Hang on, I believe my husband is hailing me that something is going on. What? Oh, Wilson just wanted to come in here and let me know that Record of Grand Crest War is amazing.
I'm glad to hear that. I actually haven't watched it, and I've been meaning to give it at least a couple episodes, and most of what I've read online is that it's awful. So hearing a counterpoint to that is really good.
Oh, I liked it too, Life. I saw 5 or 6 episodes, but then fell out due to other things getting in the way.
So is it a case of where it pissed off people, or
I don't know whether or not that happened. Now that he said that, I now remember him watching it, and I saw bits and pieces of it. So it kind of seemed.
I don't know.
Who needs topics? Well, anyway. So
the fact that it's... Oh, sorry. I was continuing.
I was just wanted to try to wrap up saying something about Grand Crest, but then I realized, I've seen odd bits and pieces of it and not entire episodes, so I probably should just keep my mouth shut. And people want to check out Grand Crest, give it a shot, but I'm not gonna try to bias you one way or the other.
I'm curious now.
Yeah, Life, what do you think of Goblin Slayer?
I've read the first chapter of the manga. And I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle the first episode.
Because I believe there's something very dark that happens at the beginning, isn't there?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't spoil it, but yeah, there's they do a pretty good job of making sure you understand the goblins are nasty, and
Goblins are bad news.
they're bad news. They're not nice, not nice at all.
Yeah, although oh no. Shoot.
What's up?
I'm running out of battery. I have to go downstairs.
Uh-oh.
Well, nothing for it. Gotta go downstairs and hope for the best. Hello, listeners. This is going to be me walking down the steps. It'll be fascinating. No, don't get headphone jack caught on Magic the Gathering box. That's not good.
Oh wait, there isn't a charge plug in the room you're in?
No. No, there's not. This is just fascinating internet radio right here. Me going down the stairs of my house. Okay. Into my office. See, if it hadn't taken us an hour to podcast, I would have had enough battery. And I am plugged in. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Where were we? We're
talking
talking about
Goblin Slayer and how the first episode's going to probably be pretty dark. Might seriously turn off some people. I will be disappointed if there aren't controversial blog posts about it.
Yeah, and I'm beginning to wonder what I think of that. Like when a series does something dark, and then that kind of dominates the discussion about it. And then a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm not watching that show after it did, that thing."
My overall impression, based off what I've read, I've only read the first chapter of the actual manga, but based off what other people have said about it, is like there is the opening chapter, and then the rest of it's more of like a lot more of a normal fantasy anime. Not nearly as dark, but I don't know. I don't really know where the balance is struck for the show. I just know what happens in the first chapter. So,
right. I don't know. I'm just wondering about that because it kind of annoys me when that happens, and then people write off a show from the first episode because of something like that. But then it's like, well, if the first episode isn't indicative of what the show is going to be like, then, or the first chapter of the manga rather isn't indicative of what it's going to be like, is that really a good idea in the first place? Like maybe they deserve to lose viewers. I don't know.
I think there's a little bit of both too, because sometimes that kind of thing, as much as people say they hate that kind of thing, look at Game of Thrones and how popular that is.
Yeah.
Realize that it actually works at getting them viewers too. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to Tokyo Ghoul Re 2, Core 2, whatever. I only have the vaguest awareness of this even existing, so I have nothing to say about it. Either of you Tokyo Ghoul viewers?
I've seen AMVs. Does that count?
That sort of counts. Were they good AMVs?
A few of them were.
People still make AMVs?
The characters go crazy. Some people get killed, and they murder each other and stuff.
Oh, that sounds promising. Okay.
That's all I really got from the AMVs. They're all very violent, dark and violent, and they involve eating people.
Right. Did the first season of Tokyo Ghoul air within like the past year or something?
Don't think it's that recent. I think we're on like the third or fourth season now, despite.
Oh, really? Well, it says here the second core of Oh, no, wait. It's the second core of Tokyo Ghoul Re, so it's the second core of the sequel series. So who even knows? Okay. Okay,
I think it might be like the fourth season by normal anime standards.
Yeah. Okay, but none of us really know from it, so we'll just leave it alone for now. Moving on to A Certain Magical Index, Season 3. I've seen the first two seasons of Index, or at the very least, I know I've seen the first one. I may not have finished the second one. I don't remember. That's kind of indicative of where I am with Index in the first place. Like, I don't like dislike it, but I feel like I should like it more than I do. And I have like this love-hate relationship with Railgun. No, you know what? That's not true. I love a lot of the music from Railgun. I hate Railgun otherwise. So I'll probably at least start watching this because if I've seen the first 2 seasons of Index, I should be able to watch it, have the background or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it. Sal, are you an Index fan?
I only saw the first season because it was like from a review I did at the time. I loved it. Saw bits and pieces of Railgun, want to see more. And now that they're all on Crunchyroll, I need to get my butt and catch up so I can watch season 3.
Yeah, because
and I played the demo for the crossover game with Virtual on, which was pretty fun.
What's that for? Is that for PS4?
Oh, PS4 and Vita, but it's Japan only right now.
Oh, of course it is. Well, I only saw the first couple episodes of Railgun Season 2, so I mean, it's Index Season 3, it's not Railgun Season 3, but they're kind of one franchise, sort of, so maybe... I would say maybe I should go back and finish Railgun Season 2, but there's no way in hell that's going to happen. So, if I miss stuff from Railgun, I'm just going to have to live with that. So.
You watched the first half of Railgun Season 2, right?
I watched the first couple of episodes of Railgun Season 2. I didn't like the Misaka clones started showing up, but that was as far as I got.
Gotcha. I think that's just a retelling of events from a different angle anyway. Well, it was a good retelling, but...
Oh, right. Yeah, now that you mention it, doesn't the stuff from Railgun Season 2, doesn't that all happen in Index anyway?
Different perspective, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then I don't need to feel bad at all about skipping out on Railgun. Okay, that's good. So I think we'll all be watching Index. This will probably be one of the shows we want to, at least at the start, do a blog post on, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I actually really love Index. It's one of my favorite, it's one of the few anime I really love that I can't defend logically. It's really, really dumb. I love it though. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, I watched the PV and I already see Toma punching like this crazy clown dude in the face. It's already giving me what I want and it hasn't even started yet.
You just want Toma to punch clowns in the face, and it delivers in spades. And
I mean, nuns are the preferred target, but clowns are okay too.
Okay. See, now I almost think it would be funny if I decided to hate Index, so we could have a rivalry going on about it. But
I wouldn't even, of all the shows that I would seriously defend, it isn't on the list. So
see, if you wouldn't get all fired up defending it, there's kind of no point, right?
I probably agree with you 100%. I love it anyway.
I'll just have this 20-minute rant about how stupid Index is, and you'll be like, yeah, I concur. That is valid. Okay, so Index is dumb and we're totally watching it, and deal with it, people. Okay. Okay, so we're moving on to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. If you're not on the JoJo train by now is not the time to start, and I am not on the train, so it's not happening. I'm happy for the JoJo fans who have been in ecstasy for the past 2 years or however long this has been running, but there's nothing much I can really say about it. But Sal, you are a JoJo fan, correct?
Yes.
And are you up to date?
Yep, I watched mainly with the anime. I haven't read the manga yet.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing to look forward to in part 5 is that it's going to be set in Italy and it's going to involve over-the-top gangsters.
That sounds funny. I hope they pick another 90s pop
song. Even need to be used to describe JoJo at this point?
Yeah, true. That and fabulousness.
I just hope they pick another really syrupy 90s pop song to use as the ending theme, because that was funny.
Oh, yes. Oh, there is a person that has a stand called, I think, Aerosmith in the one coming up.
Well, aren't the stands names, a lot of them based on rock bands or something like that?
In part 3, they were basically Persona. They had an arcana and a color. And then in part 4 is when they started having the rock band, the music, more musical references in the names.
Were they able to get away with that in the anime? With licensing
in the Crunchyroll subs, they changed the names. However, you can still hear the real name in the Japanese dialogue. So you'll hear an English version of the licensing. Okay,
well, if they introduce a 9 Inch Nails stand, then I will watch. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep my distance from JoJo as I have.
I think there may be one.
No, don't say that. I said that because I knew. I said that because I thought there was no chance.
Sal's gonna go fight him
according to plan.
Okay, if there is a Nine Inch Nails based stand, um, uh, yeah, I don't actually know what I'm gonna do if that happens. I should never have said that. So, okay, let's move on. Move on to that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So this is not as good a title as which was it? Like that time I got transported to another world and reincarnated as a vending machine. But it's still good. It's pretty good. So this is more like the classic isekai trapped in another world story that Goblin Slayer isn't. So it's like, okay, we need to get at least one or two of these every season. So I think this is another one of the light novels my husband has read. I don't know that much about it, but some of the staff from this show are going to be at Anime NYC, which I'm going to. So I'm kind of interested in it on that level alone, because I may be able to actually talk to some of the people who make the show.
That'd be cool.
So I hope I like it. It'll be really awkward if I don't like it at all. Sal, what do you think of this one?
All I know is that Yen Press brought over the original light novel here, but I just by the title alone, I kind of want to check it out.
Well, I'm a little disappointed because one of the light novels that Wilson has is something like I spent 300 years killing slimes and then maxed out my level, and I kind of wish that was the anime we were getting this season because that sounds hilarious to me. But
Yes.
At least we're getting a slime anime. Maybe it's not the slime anime I would ideally enjoy, but Lifesong?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it has to offer. I think it's surprising that it's so high on the popularity list. I'm wondering how does this list get created? Like, is it really that popular? I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting question because I mean, Sword Art Online, the top spot. Well, duh. I mean, we could have guessed that 5 months ago, but I didn't. I mean, maybe it's just based on Japanese polling data from like New Type or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
No idea. All right. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Well, I have this on English titles, but I guess there's no appropriate English title for this one. Iruzuka Sakai no Ashita Kara by
the
PA Works.
Yes.
Yeah, the PA Works show. Basically, it will be beautiful and quite possibly very boring, but we'll probably watch it anyway because it's so beautiful. It'll be like, oh god, look at her hair flickering in the wind. Look at those highlights. It's so wonderful.
Yeah, see, I typically like the whole emotionless heroine type story, and I'm wondering if PA Works can actually ruin that for me because they are really good at making
things boring, beautiful but boring.
I mean they've made some really great anime recently as well, but you never know.
I know they've made good things. I can't think of anything off the top of my head at the moment, but it's not like I think they're unilaterally bad or anything. I just have a grudge against them from like. The one with Hanasaku Iroha from 2011.
Ooh, you better be careful with that one. That's a popular one. I'm not defending it. I said that's a popular one.
I have a weird. It's not like I hated it. I mean, I watched the whole show, but it was the kind of thing where I feel like it was a little bit like Valve Rave. I felt like I had to watch it to complain about it, and that's not a healthy thing that anyone should really do. But I don't know, but back then that's who I was, I guess. Anyway, so I'm not anticipating this one, but if Crunchyroll or High Dive pick it up, I'll at least give it a try. If it's not picked up for legal streaming, I wouldn't see myself seeking it out. So, Sal, any thoughts on show with no English title?
I guess it's interesting that it's a story revolving someone who's colorblind, so we'll see how PA Works handles that.
That's actually kind of funny on a meta level. The PA Works is getting ready to do all the design. They're like, wait, we have to show it from her perspective, and she's colorblind. They're like, we can't use all our pretty colors. They're like, no, you can only use black and white. And, like, Finn.
Here we are laughing at that, and then we're gonna be like, oh, they managed to make that super pretty.
Yeah, that's gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably will.
They're gonna take monochrome to a whole new level. Okay, moving on to Bloom Into You by a studio called Troika, which I don't believe I've heard of before. This is a Yuri show, lesbian show, for those who aren't into the lingo. What's nice about this is that it looks like it's a Yuri show that won't be absolutely freaking terrifying, which is what Happy Sugar Life apparently was. So it looks like it's maybe like there's kind of a nice, sort of relaxed Yuri show. So I might give this one a try. Lifesong?
Yep.
So basically, you're willing to give it a try, but don't have any further thoughts.
No real expectations at this point.
Okay, Sal, what about you?
I haven't really dove in much into Yuri's shows that much, but it's good that there's a possible good one for this season.
Come on, you know you want to dig into the Yuri shows.
It's weird. Like, I've mostly seen the ones that have like the Yuri elements, but it's another genre.
It's like I was hoping to make you like mildly uncomfortable, but instead you're just like, eh. I thought you'd be like all defensive, like, well, I don't know about Yuri. But no. Basically, whenever I try to manipulate anyone, it doesn't work.
Well, I have read some like boys' love stories before, and was able to appreciate them for the story and the characters. So.
Yeah. See, now I feel bad that I tried to get a reaction out of you. That was bad. I won't do that again. Bad. Moving on to they're not really trying with the English translations here. Seishun Buta Yaro wo Bunny Girl Senpai no Yume wo Minai by Cloverworks. So basically,
Bunny
there's
Girl
a
Senpai. I got
Bunny Girl Senpai. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunny Girl Senpai. I don't have any feelings about this in any direction. I suppose if you like bunny girls, this is exciting, but
I'm looking this
I've
up.
got nothing.
I had a reason that I thought this was going to be good. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Give me a reason, Lysong. Give me a reason to care. Anything.
Could it be the way how they execute that puberty syndrome that the premise is talking about?
It was somebody involved in making it. I'm trying to look at the list. I might have the wrong show. That could be it too.
Would be nice if the chart could list the directors or key people involved, because that's another factor that can always help too.
Well, there's a limit to how much information they can cram on the chart. I mean, you're not going to get like every single staff member. Okay, Lifesong, if you don't come up with something fascinating about Bunny Girl soon, we're going to move on because...
Yeah, move on. I don't see it now. I must have jumped the gun. I've got the wrong show.
Okay, I mean, basically...
Which means there must be another one here that's got an equally terrifying name.
Okay, I mean, just for the record, if I say I have no interest in a show, that doesn't mean I won't try the first episode if it's licensed. It's just if I don't have any particular interest in it, I'm not gonna go out and look for it unless I happen to turn on Crunchyroll and it's like right there in my face. Then I'll probably try it. Okay, moving on to SSS Gridman, the new Trigger show. Looks like another giant robot show. And the funny thing is, this kind of looks like sort of like the masculine equivalent to Darling in the Franxx. Like the mechs were very curvy and cute and feminine in Franxx, and now these look like manly man robots, like Gundams or something. I had no interest in this until I saw it was Trigger, but since I am now like a pretty serious fan of Trigger since Franxx, I'm gonna have to watch this now. So, Lifesong, what do you think?
Yep, no, I'm basically in the same boat. Anything Trigger makes, I typically enjoy. It's just a matter of how much. So I'm game. I want to see what they've got.
You know what would be great if we get like the exact opposite complaints that people had about Franxx about this show, just like the polar opposite. So if you put them both together, it's just too. It's just too masculine. There isn't or wait, no, that wouldn't even. I can't even really think of what the reverse of the Franxx complaints would be at this point. Like,
it'd probably just be the same complaints.
Yeah, probably. Well, you know what? Heterosexual couple, and people would be like, "Oh, this is just Darling in the Franxx all over again. Propaganda to get people to breed."
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. Sal, are you watching Gridman with us?
Oh, this one I'm actually looking forward to because, all right, let me give you a little bit of a story about Gridman. So back when Anno was hosting that Japan Animator Expo project, Trigger and Akira Amemiya, who worked on Ninja Slayer and Inferno Cop, did a short based on it. and it was based on a classic tokusatsu series, which many people know as Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, which was the Americanized version.
Mhm.
But anyways, the short focused kind of like on the tokusatsu's best action scenes, so you're kind of seeing Trigger do their take on them. And this anime is basically a new take on Gridman, and it's basically a interdimensional warrior who was chasing this criminal, but then they end up in cyberspace, and basically these kids are basically sending Gridman like different parts and programs to help him stop the criminal's monsters as he tries to find a way to get into our world. And it looks like in this anime, it's taking place in our world instead of cyberspace.
Okay, you're like an encyclopedia of various anime knowledge. It's pretty impressive.
But judging from what I know about Gridman, like I think the way he'll be handled, you'll probably get the flashy action scenes, the part where Gridman will combine with different robots, and then you'll get a part exploring the characters. And I think in the original show, like one of the villain was using this random high school kid that was like a hacker, and he was like manipulating him. So we're probably gonna have that in the new one too. So we'll see how they explore like the character perspective too.
Well, it'll be interesting to see Trigger handle hacking. Can they make hacking look hot-blooded enough?
Well, I will say
pounding on their keyboards really hard.
Since you mention hacking, I will say that Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann has one of the only instances of hacking in basically any fictional story I can think of. It's not
Complete
immediately
nonsense.
offensive to me as someone who understands how hacking actually works. I mean, and it's completely ridiculous and dumb, but it's entertaining, and it's actually a closer analogy than what you usually get. So I don't know.
But yeah, even though y'all called Gridman a mecha show, it's technically a giant hero show since he's going to be fighting like actual large monsters.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. What's the distinction? What makes it different from a mecha show? Because in mecha shows they fight large monsters too. What am I missing?
Because Gridman isn't a robot. He's like a interdimensional being, and then one of the kids is going to unite with him so that he can regain his powers. If they're going to go by the original's premise.
Okay, you've just kind of blown my mind because I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, this is not a mecha show? What does this mean? All right, I'll try to watch it with an open mind and not try to peg it into any one genre. Okay, we're going to move on to Boarding School Juliet. What is this one? Oh, girls who secretly love each other. Oh, 2 Yuri anime, maybe. There just isn't much information to go on with this one. Like, it seems like it's a romance, but not in like a open Yuri way, the way Bloom Into You is. Like, it might be like more of a mystery sort of thing. So I just don't know enough about it to really have much to say. Either of you have any? Was this on your radar before the season starting or anything like that?
I'll give it a shot, but not really.
Okay.
Same here.
Okay, we're going to start going through these a little more quickly now that we're through the super popular part of the chart. Radiant. The story follows Seth, a boy who seeks to become a great magician, and a group of witches who seek to travel to the Radiant. Something. This just reminds me of the fact that I haven't actually seen Little Witch Academia yet, the TV series. I really want to, so I should do that. As for Radiant itself, I mean, I don't hate stuff about magicians and witches. It's just I don't like it when it's bland and generic. So it's gotta do something in the first episode to distinguish itself. Sal?
Well, here's an interesting thing about it. The creator of Radiant is French, so it's an anime based on a manga by a foreigner, which is like that's pretty amazing right there.
Oh my god, is it a real anime? Is it only 50% anime? Okay, now I have to watch it. So I can write scathing blog posts about how it's not real anime. It's destroying the art form. And France is terrible, and who even likes baguettes? They're just hard bread. Okay. Okay, I don't know what I did, but I thought I sorted this by English titles, but I'm getting like mostly Japanese titles. So.
They don't have English titles. So.
Yeah, I guess a lot of them there just is no official title, so they didn't give it like a half-assed approximate title. Next show is Ore ga suki nano wa imoto dekedo imoto janai, something something my little sister something. It's the romantic comedy about a sister, and I don't want to be too dismissive because sometimes those are funny. Actually liked A Little Sister Is All You Need, but I'm not. Again, it's going to need to impress me with the first episode because there's a limit to how many Little Sister shows I feel a need to
Well,
watch.
it says something about how she wrote a novel, so it sounds like you'll like it.
Oh, so it's kind of like got the coffee shop defense. Like I'll watch anything with either about coffee shops or about people writing novels. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, this does sound really similar to Sisters All You Need now. Now that I'm looking at it. See, so I might like it, but for the wrong reasons. So it'll be like you with Index. I'll like it, but I'll have no defense for why I like it.
That's the right reason for liking Index.
Okay, let's move on to Reride Derrida Who Leaps Through Time. Huh. Now I feel bad that I've never read any of Derrida. I believe he's a philosopher, but I've never read anything by him. So I feel like if I'd read Derrida, I'd probably get some kind of in-joke here that otherwise I'm not getting. And the studio is Geek Toys, another one I've never heard of. I don't know if they're brand new, but interesting name. And this is one of those descriptions where it's too long that like my eyes start glazing over like a couple sentences in. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. Someone save me and has something smart to say about this because I got nothing. Sal?
Sounds like a show involving futuristic setting and robots and action. So we'll see how it turns out.
See, when you put it that way, you make it sound good. What is?
Well, I saw autonomous, and that's usually associated with robots and machinery. So,
Lifesong?
I got really nothing.
Okay. I mean, this is a long list. If we had stuff to say about everything, we'd be here for 5 hours. And well, as we learned earlier, YouTube only allows you to do this for 8 hours. So we have to be careful. Okay, Ulysses John Dark to Renkin no Kishi. Apparently, this is not related to Fate Stay Night, which I find hard to believe. Because I just see historical figures in armor. Okay, this must be Fate, but it's not. I don't study of magic and alchemy, blah 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 blah. Yeah, this could be all over the place. This could be great. This could be terrible. I have nothing. I'm not particularly interested in Jeanne d'Arc as a character. Like I don't dislike her or anything. But I guess for those people who play Fate Go religiously, this might be really exciting. I guess.
Fate Grand Order.
Wait, what?
I wasn't until Fate Grand Order.
Oh, now you're into Jeanne d'Arc, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can watch this and tell me if it's good.
I'll have to do that.
Okay, moving on to Tsurune Kazumai Koku Kyudobu. This is the Kyoto Animation show for this season, and basically it's a boys' athletic show. Only instead of swimming, like with free, they're doing archery. And it's actually probably kind of silly to be like, oh, it's just like Free because it's a show with boys and sports. But it's going to be hard while I'm watching it not to be comparing it to Free, I think.
Do we know anything about the source? Is it going to be a similar type of story to Free? Is it going to be
that I don't know. I mean, maybe that information is out there, but I don't know personally.
Gotcha.
So basically because of the pedigree, I'm definitely going to try it, but I'm not one of those Kyoto Animation could do no wrong people because Free Season 3 was actually one of the shows I neglected to mention earlier that I recently finished. So that kind of shows what an impression the most recent season made on me. The most recent season of Free was pretty dull, and I think that series may be kind of outwearing its welcome. So I'm not convinced this is going to be good, and I don't have any particular interest in archery. I know some people think archery is really cool. I wish I could think archery is really cool. Actually, I just have never really seen it that way. So give it a try. Try to keep an open mind. Sal?
The archery part kind of intrigues me a little bit since I've actually practiced it a few back in 2004.
Did you use like the compound bow and that stuff? Or
Yeah,
were you
where
using
you
like
could
an old
adjust
school?
the weight of the string compound.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll watch it and you can tell us what parts of it are inaccurate. Although considering it's Kyoto Animation, it'll probably be pretty accurate. So
I want to know, is it going to be the next Free, or is it going to be the next Sound Euphonium, or somewhere in between? Because you never really know just based off what their topic is, what to expect.
I guess here's the question. I know that Free was made by a secondary KyoAni studio, so the question is, will it be made by the main guys or that secondary studio?
This looks like it has the main, well, it has the main Kyoto Animation brand on it at the very least.
I think Free does too, though. I'm not positive about that.
Does it?
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I don't know for sure. We will find out. Maybe that's why the latest season of Free was kind of boring because it was the second string team and no one was watching them that carefully. I don't know. Okay, so definitely gonna give this a try. I don't know. Do we wanna write this up? Is this does this make the short list?
I'm fine with watching it if you guys want to.
Yeah, here's the thing though. It's kind of like I feel like because it's a Kyoto Animation show, it has that certain pedigree and I want to pay attention to it. But if this was just listed as being like made by, Geek Toys or something, I'm like, oh, there's an archery show coming out by some studio I've never heard of, I probably wouldn't even care. So wondering, it just seems like maybe I'm caring too much about studios. I don't know. We'll see. We still have a little bit. This isn't going to air for 13 days, 13 hours, and 22 minutes, so we still have a little bit of time to decide. Okay, moving on to Golden Kamuy 2. I respect Golden Kamuy. I'm Kamui, whatever. I respect it. I'm glad it exists. I'm not watching it. Are either of you watching it?
Based on what I've heard about it, I need to be watching it. I haven't started it yet, though.
It was just. Go ahead, Sal.
I wanted to get into it, so I like the idea how they're trying to find this gold that the map is tattooed on the bodies of different criminals.
Yeah, I mean, it has cool ideas. I just found it personally too dark for me, and it's weird to even say that because I mean, there is some stuff that's dark that I really like. It's more like this show is dark in a certain particular way that I find off-putting. So even though I think it looks high quality, I just don't want to visit this dark world where they're trying to find maps on the back of corpses and things like that. It's too just not for me. Okay.
Well, the people are actually alive, so that's another thing.
Oh, wait. Well, they do get one map off a dead guy's back, but you know what? I don't want to think about it too hard. All right, moving on to Release the Spice, not to be confused with High Guardian Spice, which is an original show that the Crunchyroll people are making next year. This sounds, for some reason, my gut feeling is that this is going to be like a bargain basement Madoka, and now I think I'm going to be disappointed if it's not like Madoka Magica, which is probably totally unfair of me, but that's how I feel. That's really all I can say about it as of now. What do you think, Lifesong?
It's an original anime, so I'm curious just for that reason. It obviously has the whole magical girl thing going for it, and really beyond that, I don't have anything to say. These shows vary from good to really, really bad.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny. I immediately thought like kind of a rip-off Madoka, but maybe it's going to be more like Magical Girl Sight or Magical Girl Raising Project, like those really like dark and gritty, everybody dies magical girl shows.
Yeah, no, I think most of them have kind of gone the really, really dark route. It could also be something more like what was the one from a year or two back that we really liked. Can't think of the name now.
Flip Flappers?
Yes, Flip Flappers. It could be something more like that too. So I mean, there's a wide range of things they could be doing with it, and I haven't seen any of the promotional videos, so I'm not really sure where it falls.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if we get something that's remotely like Flip Flappers, I'll be very happy about that because I've really, really enjoyed Flip Flappers, but I don't see it happening. I think it's probably going to be.
Yeah, I mean, probably not. I find that when I go in expecting something, no matter what I expect with these types of shows, I'm wrong. So I usually just don't even watch the PVs and go in completely blind and end up happier for it.
Yeah, I don't really watch PVs because so often it's just like character art and like this is the character, this is their name, and then it's like one shot of like animation and then like the title, and it's like
Gotcha.
that didn't tell me anything.
No,
So,
like, I feel like I can get a lot out of it just by the music that they play and that kind of thing. But then with something like Magical Girl, especially with all the dark stuff they make, that's intentionally misleading. It's like, well, I don't know. Is it intentionally misleading or is it actually what it's trying to present? You know?
yeah. Okay. Sal, did I ask you about this one yet? I forget. It's that point in the
So far,
podcast.
I'm getting the feeling that they're probably going to be more ninjas than magical girls because of the intelligence agency angle that it says in the premise.
But they can be magical ninjas.
Too.
Did I not read magical in something? Maybe I made that up in my head when I saw the artwork.
Yep.
Oh, I know what it is. I saw the
magical
mascot
girl
character in
premise.
the image and assumed it was a magical girl because they have a magical girl, a mascot-looking character.
Yeah, they have a fuzzy thing in the background,
That's
so
what
I'm
it was.
betting.
I have no idea. This might not even be magical girl. Look at that.
Maybe it's actually like a
they got
cyborg
scarves.
mascot.
Well, maybe it'll just be one of those awful voice actors shows that only exist to get a bunch of famous actresses together and make something awful.
Oh God, why did those? Why did you remind me?
And we get one every so often, and they're really bad.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've seen them, and I can't remember the name of any off the top of my head. It's like I'm trying to hide it from myself.
I have the artwork for one of them, from one of the more recent ones in my head, but I can't even think of the name of it.
It's probably better that way. Okay, moving on is Ingress, and this is interesting because Ingress is the game that kind of served as the architecture for Pokemon Go, right?
Oh,
now,
yes.
Came after Pokemon Go, if I remember correctly.
Anime name.
Well, I thought it came before Pokemon Go because they had location data from Ingress that they then used in Pokemon Go.
Ingress was first.
Okay. Let's see. The thing is, knowing that it has this distant relationship to Pokemon Go doesn't really tell me anything about how I'll feel about it as an anime. It seems like it's kind of a mystery thing, which is usually not my thing. But this is another one that falls in the category of don't really have any expectations, but I'll give it a try. Sal?
For some reason, like the poster reminds me of Psycho Pass.
Actually, yeah, I had that thought too.
I haven't seen Psycho Pass, but I still kind of reminds me of the artwork I've seen from Psycho Pass. So Life, well, I shouldn't even ask you if you're going to watch it because you're going to watch everything, right?
I'm going to watch just about everything.
Okay, but you don't have any particular expectations going into this one?
Nah.
Okay. Moving on to Ms. Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood by Studio Gokumi. I'm watching this because LB wants to watch it, and I think it would be fun if we watched it together, so that's why I'm watching it. It's about a vampire girl and a girl who becomes friends with the vampire girl. It could be cutesy slice of life humor with vampires. It could be completely pointless, but I'm going to hope for the best and give it a shot. So, Sal, are you on the cute vampire train with me?
I'll see what you and LB think about it.
Oh, so we're your guinea pigs now, are we?
I mean, it could be something cute, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of striking that the stuff they give you for the premise is so bare. The premise is due to a strange incident, Akari is rescued by a vampire girl named Sophie Twilight, and Akari becomes interested in her. And
I mean, it sounds like
that's it.
Sounds like it's slice of life, and it'll either be funny, cutesy, somewhere in between.
Yeah, so it's almost like they're like, we don't want to give you any more information because we want freedom to do whatever the hell we want. So we don't want to make you think there might be a plot.
Right, we've told you the entire story. What else do you want from us?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on to Uchi no Maid ga Uzasugiru.
Here's one where I play studio favorites, and I don't even care what it's about, and I'm going to watch it.
What shows has Doga Kobo done? Because I know I've seen shows by them, but I can't I can't
Love
remember.
Lab is the first one that got me hooked on them. They did Nozaki-kun. They did what was the one with
New
the?
game.
They did New Game. Yes, I need to finish that one. They did what's the one with the angels and the demons?
That could be a lot of shows.
Gabrielle something or
Oh,
another.
Gabrielle Dropout.
Yeah, Gabrielle Dropout. They did the one with the girl who's got the arranged marriage to like the werewolf dude. He's not a werewolf.
You don't mean Kikurio.
Not Kikurio. You watched it.
I did?
Several years back.
Engage the Unidentified.
Yes, Engage the Unidentified.
Oh, yeah, I will watch anything from the studio that made Engage the Unidentified. Yes. So, yep.
It's them. Yep. I end up liking pretty much everything they make. Even more so than KyoAni and some other studios. Like, not on the same level. It's like, I don't think they have a single, this is my favorite anime of the season hit, but I always like it, so.
Yeah, just the reminder of Engage the Unidentified is enough for me to be kind of excited now. Although it says that one of the main characters is a lolicon, so get ready for those hot takes.
I have read hot takes on it. Like I said,
You've what?
Going in blind. I saw the studio. That's enough.
Okay, Sal, are you excited for the show about a lolicon who's a former self-defense force official, who's also a maid? Yeah, that's important.
But it looks like the lolicon's a woman, so that's a different.
That makes it okay.
All better.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if this is a show we want to write up, but I hope Crunchyroll gets it. I should probably start saying I hope High Dive gets it because I want High Dive to succeed, but I keep forgetting that I have High Dive. It's really embarrassing, actually. I need to start actually watching shows on High Dive.
Speaking of a High Dive challenge, you should try to dive through Legend of the Galactic Heroes, since that's on there.
There's a lot of stuff on High Dive that, in the event that I remember I have a subscription to it, I'll totally watch it. Okay, let's move through some of these pretty fast. Zombieland Saga by Mappa. This doesn't have any sort of description. It's airing soon. It's airing in like 2 days, but I'm not interested in zombies usually. So this is just not on my radar at all. You guys, any takers?
Yeah, I like some of the people involved in making it, so I'm curious to see what they've got. And you know, they've made some good original anime, and I think it might be the guys that made Punchline, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the original author of Punchline.
Is that a show I should go back and finish? Because I think I saw the first episode.
It's pretty good. It's a fun science fiction mystery. It actually has some plot twists in it that I couldn't figure out, which is like 1 in a million anime. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Plot twists that even Lifesong can't figure out. Wow.
You know the kind of plot twists that aren't cheating.
Aren't super obvious for Shadow.
Yeah, that aren't super obvious and that aren't cheating. That aren't just like, well, they didn't give you anything to figure that out. It didn't exist. It's just they just basically retconned it in, which a lot of anime mysteries do.
Yeah.
So, it's actually a mystery.
That's cool. Sal, Zombieland Saga. You into the zombies?
I do know that Mappa worked on Yuri on Ice, and I also love their take on the Garo tokusatsu for like the first Garo anime and the last one that aired, Vanishing Line.
See, now if only this was an anime about ice skating zombies, then I might.
That would be dope.
You never know. There could be an ice skating zombie.
Okay, well, if there's an you guys watch, or one of you guys, whoever feels like it, and if there's an ice skating zombie, report back. Report back as soon as humanly possible.
Got it.
Okay, this is one of those shows that I'm just immediately bored looking at it, and I have no idea why. Double Decker, Doug and Kirill. There's a city-state, something crime is rampant, something special investigation unit, something. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Like some of these shows, when it's like some kind of special investigation, special crime solving team, I just start falling asleep in the middle of reading.
It could be the next coming. It could be the next coming of Valvrave. Wouldn't you want to be in on that?
Oh God.
It looks like I'm reading this. I'm like, oh, they're trying to remake Valvrave.
Oh God. See, now there's like, now that you said that, I kind of want to watch it, but like kind of in the same way you want to pick a scab. Like, you know it's bad, you know it's going to hurt and it's bad for you, but you kind of want to anyway.
Yep.
Oh god, now that's gonna be on my mind though. They see this poor show. It might be perfectly fine, but I'm probably gonna be watching it like waiting for it to turn into Valvrave now, and it's all your fault. Sally, you gonna watch Double Decker?
Oh, I saw the first episode already since they had an early premiere for it.
Oh, that's right. It says it's actually episode 3 is airing soon. So yeah, so this premiered early.
Yeah. And it was actually pretty fun. Like, it's the same team that did Tiger and Bunny, but you don't have to watch Tiger and Bunny to watch Double Decker. And the best part is that the narrator of the show was spending the first few minutes just fucking with the viewer's mind. Like, you think this thing is the epic narrator. Actually, this isn't the case. This is actually this thing happening. And it's just very corny and hammy, and it's all fun.
Well,
like,
if it's making
like a very like classic comic book feel to it too, like pretty campy and stuff.
All right, so now it sounds like it's not Valvrave, and I'm perversely disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see on that one. It's definitely in the wait and see category. Conception. I actually tried to play the demo for Conception 2, the game, and I usually like games like that, but I found it very boring. Of course, since you all know me and my obsession with watching anime that are about childbirth, I'm probably going to watch it anyway because this involves like magical childbirth. It's by Gonzo, which hasn't Gonzo had like a weird up and down sort of trajectory? Like I remember them being really big around like 2000, but now I don't think they are.
Mostly down. I don't know that the old Gonzo even exists really anymore. So I don't know.
Oh, the old Gonzo is now David Productions, the ones doing JoJo.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, that kind of makes sense.
Not really the same people.
Okay. So I'm probably gonna watch this because it's another version of the coffee shop principle. Like it's a theme that interests me, so I will watch it no matter how terrible it is. And Lifesong, you're probably just gonna watch it just for completeness, but I doubt you're really looking forward to it, right?
Yeah, mostly for completeness. I actually played maybe 10, 12 hours of Conception 2, and I liked it kind of. I have to admit that I was bored with the mechanics pretty quickly, so...
Yeah, the reason why... I mean, I played the demo, and I just had a feeling if I get this game, I'm going to be really bored with the mechanics pretty early in, so... Yeah,
it's like I like the story. I kind of like at least one or two of the characters, but I did not like the mechanics of the game.
Okay, well, it's good to hear that because at least it seems like my intuition about the game was right, and I didn't toss aside what could have been a great experience.
I mean, I don't know if I played enough to really say that with any authority, but yeah, that was how I felt about it.
See, I like it when you agree with me about things, and then I think I'm right. It's great. Anyway. Okay, we're moving on to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney 2. I am not a Phoenix Wright fan. I think it's cool that it exists and that people are so passionate about it, but I haven't watched it, so I'm not starting now.
We watched enough of the first season. I think we've done our duty to it.
Oh my god, wait a minute. We did, didn't we?
We did, yes.
I had completely forgotten. I shit you not.
Yeah, well, it was not the most memorable experience in the world, but when I saw the picture, it gave it to me.
You're right. We have done our duty to Phoenix Wright. We have done our duty to all the fictional lawyers. I think we're good. We can let sleeping dogs lie. Okay, Sal.
I would say you should. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just going to ask your opinion.
We're not at all judging the games based off.
I was saying they should all give the games a chance one day, especially now that they're doing another collection with the first 3 games. And I think it's going to be like PC, PS4, and Switch, if I remember correctly.
You know, maybe one of these years is just like, but like, you know, my gaming genre is JRPGs and a couple of other things. And my list of games I'd like to play in that is like, you know, 30 games long. So I don't see how I'd ever get to Phoenix Wright. But, you know, you never know. So we'll see. I'm sure the games are good. It's just not my particular kind of crack, you know? Okay, so we're going to move on to Sora to Umi no Aida, which is... Oh, this is another one about whales. What is it about whales? There was another one a season or 2 ago that had something to do with whales, wasn't there? But I don't remember
Zero
of it.
6 new female space fishermen are selected, and the story centers on supporting their growth. You know, sometimes I read like just the last sentence, like I'll start there to see if it catches my attention, and that definitely did.
Female space fisherman.
Yes, that's what it says. Just read like just the last sentence.
Yeah, I'm reading it now, and I have to admit my interest level has gone up. Okay. TMS Entertainment. That sounds very familiar. I'm sure they've done a lot of things, but
Oh,
nothing's coming to mind.
Lupin the Third. That's one of the key ones, and Detective Conan.
Yeah, neither of which I watched. Okay, but I got to see what's up with the space fisherman. So I'm definitely gonna watch this. Sal, you gonna give it a shot? Hello,
Oh, who?
you, Sal. Sal, are you
Oh,
there?
we'll see. I mean, so far it sounds like that anime from 2012, Surutama, which also involved fishing, and I think it was sci-fi as well.
I am not familiar with that one.
I watched a couple episodes of that. I don't remember if I liked it or not. It didn't leave much of an impression on me, I guess.
Okay, so we don't. So we have to investigate the space fisherman, and that's really all we have to say about this one. As Miss Beelzebub likes, something something Demon King. Another one with a very short description, so it's probably going to be a comedy that just happens to have demons and stuff in it. Could be very cute, could be pointless. Worth a shot, I figure.
Yep.
Anybody have anything else to say about it?
I'm hoping it's something along the lines of Konosuba and not generic harem, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't even occur to me it might be a harem. Well, what's wrong
Well,
with
I
me?
mean, Konosuba could be called a harem too if you really want, I guess. But
Just I need to. I have not seen all of Konosuba. I do want to though. One of these days. Okay, let's see. Moving on to Hinomaru Zumo. It's sumo wrestling. Okay, so we've got another sport anime besides the archery one. Um, I'll be honest. I'm just not very interested in sumo wrestling. The only reason I probably watch this is if I heard that it was like unbelievably fantastic after a couple episodes in. Sal, what do you think?
I guess I'm kind of in the middle. I never really watched the sumo sports anime, so not really sure where I stand.
And Lifesong, I assume you're going to give it a try, and that's all you're going to say.
that is everything I have to say about it. I'm not big on sports. It's like probably the weakest genre that I actually give any attention to.
Well, I don't like a lot of sports anime, but sometimes when I like a sports anime, I really like it. Like I really liked Eye Shield 21 a lot.
I
And that's
like
about
Geisha
and
a
that's
lot.
about football, which is a sport I don't even like in real life. So
Also, Keijo.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm cheating when I say that I like Keijo a lot, but that
yeah,
was
well,
fun.
Keijo's kind of in a special category all its own.
Well,
Yeah, it
well,
is.
a group officially made Keijo a real sport, so it's now technically
I
a
did
sport.
hear that there was at least a game of some kind. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe someday in the future we'll all meet at a Keijo sporting event. It'll be
Oh
very
man,
fun.
that would be a weird world to live in.
It could be worse. Could be worse. Okay, moving on. Gaikotsu Shoten Honda-san. It is about a skeleton who works in a bookstore. I watch all works in a bookstore anime, so I'm actually. This is probably one of the things I'm most excited for, which might be kind of sad because it's probably just going to be kind of like a really silly joke anime, making jokes about manga and stuff. But I just hear bookstore and I'm excited. So, Lysong, are you feeling it?
I will watch it with you for it it looks like it's probably gonna well, I don't know, it's gonna be a short. Maybe it's not.
I don't think it is because well, sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes the chart is wrong. Sometimes the chart puts things as full length that aren't. But
Yeah, I mean if you want to watch it, why not? I'll watch it with you.
okay. Sal, are you excited about the skeleton who works in a bookstore? Tell me you are.
Uh, the poster they showed looks pretty appealing. Like the skeleton plus all the people wearing all those silly masks.
I hope
he's great.
Fun.
I hope he's nicer than Overwatch because I'm tired of super evil.
Overlord, you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry, Overlord. I've been playing. I started Overwatch a couple weeks ago and I put in like 40 hours. So it's like everything on my mind is still revolving around it right now. I apologize.
Right. Okay. So basically,
maybe
you need
he'll
a.
be like a
I was just gonna say, Lifesong needs a nice skull-faced hero in his life.
Yeah.
You know? So
Nice, a nice skeleton, please.
yeah, I want it to be a really nice skeleton who's really concerned with customer service. Like that's what I want the show to be. If he doesn't take his job seriously, I'm gonna be upset. Especially as a former bookstore worker myself. So Don't disappoint me, Studio DLE, whoever you are. I've never heard of you, but make a good anime. Okay, moving on to Kaze ga Tsuyoku Fuiteiru. And this is a running anime. Okay. Now, I jog, so you think, oh, this is kind of sort of my sport. I might be interested in this, but it'll probably just make me feel guilty I'm not jogging often enough. Production IG, so that's a name. Sal, what do you think?
Like we don't get that many like jogging or running anime, so it'll be neat to see how they execute it.
Yeah, I mean, the only one I can think of, and I haven't even seen the show, I just happen to know it includes running, is Battle Athletes, and that's from like the mid '90s. If there's been any since then, I'm not aware of it. I guess I have to try it since it's like a sport that I can actually do. Yay! So
I'll read the description here. They're talking about running a pretty long distance. It's actually kind of interesting. I might actually want to watch this if it's any good.
Okay. So if we end up liking this more than the archery anime, will we have like betrayed Kyoto Animation?
Possibly. I don't know. I don't feel too bad about betraying Kyoto Annie at this point. I don't know.
I probably would have felt worse about it before this last season of Free. That was incredibly boring.
Here's the thing. I feel like every other Kyoto Annie show I watch is really, really amazing. And I just finished what was it? I can't think of the name at all. The one with
Violet Evergarden?
Yes, Violet Evergarden, and it was so good. It was one of the best anime I've seen in a long time.
I need to get back to that. I've seen 1 episode, 2 episodes. I need to do too much stuff, guys. Like if you want to watch,
following the rule of thumb with me at least with KyoAni, I'm not going to like the next KyoAni show I watch, so we can skip this one.
This isn't KyoAni though. This is Production IG.
No, I mean their archery.
Oh, you mean archery show? Okay. What was I going to say? I was just gonna give advice because this is something that a lot of people might not know. If you want to like get in a lot of anime watching, maybe don't have a toddler. Kind of eats into your anime watching time. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Karakuri Circus. This is a odd. Well, I don't want to say odd. This is an unusual premise, but it's about wooden puppets. It's about wooden puppets fighting each other. I don't know. I guess it could be really original and different, but I'm just not. There's just no hook for me here right now. Anybody feeling hooked?
All I can say is that I know the manga is by the creator of the classic story Ushio and Tora, which got like a remake a couple of years back.
How do you know all these things?
Oh, good. See, if it's like Ushio and Tora, then you've told me it will probably be good, and I probably won't like it very much, and I can easily pass on it.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that it's good that we're getting more shows by older creators getting released in the modern era, so giving these old creators more recognition.
It sounds very simplistic. Reading the premise, a guy is fighting. He starts to lose. Badass dude with badass puppet shows up and saves the day. So
as long as it's licensed, I'm gonna have to try the first episode just because it's so unusual. I need to see what's going on here, but I'd be very surprised if I ended up picking this up. Moving on to Anima Yell, and this is a cheerleading anime. Doesn't it seem kind of surprising we haven't had a lot of cheerleading anime yet?
Doesn't
it seem kind of natural?
The Cheermen that we watched like half of.
Oh, Cheer Boys, right?
Yeah.
I was about to say I should finish that some year, but I've already said that like 10 times just in this one episode. So
I'm not saying it anymore.
Yeah. So this is the looks like textbook moe show of the season, and that's not a bad thing. I often find them relaxing, so I could see myself ending up watching this whole thing, even if it's kind of bland, just because it's kind of like a palate cleanser for your brain, Yeah. in between other anime that actually have like.
I see the Dogokobo on it. I'm watching it. Don't care what it's about.
Oh, holy shit! Okay, Dogokobo alert.
Yep.
How did I miss that? Okay, thank you.
When we first started podcasting, I remember one of the first things somebody said was how they loved how we don't show studio favoritisms. Like, yeah, sorry, that was an accident.
Yeah, that didn't take very long to change, did it? Okay. So now I'm excited for Anima Yell. When is this airing? Episode 1, 5 days. I'm wondering if we should do a write up of this one, because it's like kind of like the moe show of the season, so it's kind of got some clout just for that. I think
a paragraph on just about everything. So just need to tell me what we are and aren't doing. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide what's most worth our time in terms of actually sitting down to write something about it, because realistically we're only going to do a few, and if I write a list of like 10 shows or something, then we're going to end up doing none. So
yeah, I mean, do you just want the first episode? Because that's easy. I don't mind that. If you want the whole season,
well, I was thinking, I know I want to, unless something changes, I know I want to be episodically covering Sword Art Online, and then I want to do a bunch of first episode posts that we all chime in on. I don't know if I'm going to pick up another show aside from Sword Art Online this season. I probably should, but I'm not sure. Something needs to kind of feel like it's worth covering, I guess. So, or feel like it's suited to covering, because some shows are worth covering, but I'm just not. Like Steins Gate Zero, I did not cover episodically, and that's not because it wasn't worth it. That's because I'm too stupid to follow what's going on in that show. So anyway, okay, so maybe we'll do a write up of Animal Yell. Moving on to The Girl in Twilight. You're excited for this, right? Lifesong, you said something about this the other day.
Oh, this is the one I was getting. I was thinking it was Bunny-chan, but no, it's this one. And why? I'm going to butcher his name. Yeah, he's the one that made Punchline, and what is he more well known for than Punchline? Sal, help me
Zero
out.
Escape, 999, Virtue's Last Reward, and Zero Time Dilemma.
And he made Never 17 and Ever. I'm butchering their names.
Yes,
Ever 17.
And he was a programmer for the Pepsi Man video game on PS1.
Really, really interesting story writer. I love his stuff. So I'm super excited.
Okay, well, I'm glad I've heard something. I'm glad I've heard something positive about it, because to be honest, the description is not doing anything to sell me on it.
The description does nothing for it. In fact, the first several times I saw it, I was completely underwhelmed. And then I saw, started looking a little more closely. I'm like, oh, his name's on it. Don't care anymore.
Yeah, because the description is like they try to enact a ritual. They start out as playing, but then it becomes something more. Like, really?
Yeah,
really? You don't say.
Considering like the older stuff, like Ever 17, you go and read the premise, like, well, they're trapped underwater in a theme park, and that's immediately interesting. I don't know.
Well, I guess it'll almost have to be more interesting than it sounds.
I'm really only interested because of who's writing it, and I think it's an original, which makes me think they probably are giving him creative license to make something interesting.
Is that the one that says Akanesu Shoujo? Akanesasu Shoujo? Is that the one you're talking about? That's how it.
Well, the girl in Twilight. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Looks like it was a video game.
Was it?
It says on the chart that it was video game.
We're looking at the same thing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to pick up the pace here a little bit, because we still got so many of these shows. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna go through some of these pretty fast. Dakurate Otoko one ni odораsu imasu. Something. Guy has reigned as the idol industry's most huggable for 5 years. Something. Idols. Yeah, this is something I'm only gonna watch if I hear afterwards that it's good.
Uses new info to blackmail Takuto for physical affection. You just need to read the last paragraph. It's the last sentence, the only part that matters.
You're right. Oh, the think pieces on this, they're going to be very very choice. Okay, now I got to watch it so I can stay one step ahead of the outrage mob. Okay. So Crunchyroll, hey, pick this up. Or High Dive. I'm not biased against you, High Dive. I remember you exist. Okay. Gaku and Basara. Warring States era. I can never get into these things that are based on the Warring States era.
Am I reading this right? Is this like Neptunia meets like the Warring States? Like, because it looks like they're turning Capcom game franchises into personified characters.
It seems to be like, Sengoku Basara was basically Capcom's like take on like, it's basically if Capcom made Samurai Warriors, and there's basically all the Sengoku Basara characters attending high school and like in a high school comedy show, and they probably act like they're their video game counterparts.
So is it like one franchise, or is it a bunch of different franchises that are turned into high school?
One franchise, and then now they're all going to high school.
Okay, that's significantly less interesting and nutty than I thought.
Okay. Yeah, so
well, one of the characters, Masamune, is voiced by Zoro's voice actor, and he fights with like 6 or 8 swords powered by lightning.
I'm willing to give it a shot. If you want to cover it with us, I might watch it with you. We'll see.
Okay, you two guys can do that. I think I'm gonna sit this one out. Next, moving on, and I'm surprised this one is so far down the chart. Senran Kagura Shinobi Master something. So it's the second season of the Senran Kagura anime. I've played a little bit of the Senran Kagura games, not a lot, and I didn't see the anime. So if I was going to watch Senran Kagura, I'd watch the first season. But Lifesong, I imagine you are up to date on the anime.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I will say that as far as the adaptation goes, it's not super great, the first season, but I love Senran Kagura, so I'm going to watch it anyway.
Okay, Sal, are you a Senran fan? I don't remember.
I only played the first game, and but I want to jump into the rest of them after I beat both routes. It's a series I want to dive into more.
It's a really fun game series. The anime is definitely not the best way to get into it. Like even the manga is, I might be stepping on blasphemous territory here, but even the manga is better than the anime. So.
Okay, so Senran Kagura is happening, and we guess that's good, but no further comments.
I will watch it, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay, this is Hanyakusei Million Arthur, based on Square Enix's massively multiplayer online role-playing game. Well, thanks. It's based on a video game. That's what they have to tell me about it.
Did you play the video game?
No. All I know is that it was written by the guy behind Index and features maybe the Index character designer as well. And it's like a franchise of different games.
Oh, that's way better than I played a little bit of the game, and I thought it was...
I'm surprised anyone has any experience with this property.
Like, I know the premise had to do that basically when King Arthur pulled Excalibur from the stone, apparently there was something where a bunch of people from different worlds pulled Excalibur, and now all the Arthurs are fighting to see who becomes the one true Arthur.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that. There's only one King Arthur, and her name is Saber. Okay, don't need any other King Arthurs. I don't know. I mean, it could be fun. I guess.
I know that I did not like the mechanics of the game. I actually didn't get far enough in to say anything about the story. I thought, and the game itself got canceled in English pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was like super downloaded for like a day or two, and then everyone was like, "Wait, this game is awful." And yeah.
Okay, so this is another one, and a lot of the chart are in this category of stuff we might try just for the hell of it, but no particular expectations. Moving on to Merc Storia. I've seen art from this game, and it looks a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics to me, and I don't know if that's actually legit. Like it looks that way, and it's supposed to look that way, and it's actually reminiscent of FFT, or it's just superficial and it's actually nothing like it. I don't know, but the Final Fantasy Tactics connection is enough that I'm gonna wanna take a look at it. Sal?
Yep, the fantasy and role-playing part could be interesting. I wonder if the original game was a mobile game, because it's the first time I heard about the game.
I think it is. I think I even saw it in the App Store on my iPhone, so pretty sure it probably is. But what if it's actually like a shameless ripoff of Final Fantasy Tactics? I'll be upset. No, I won't. Who am I kidding? I'll enjoy it. Lifesong?
There is nothing to add.
Okay. Moving on. Bakumatsu by Studio Dean. I'm just going to skip to the last sentence because now that Lifesong has taught me that useful trick. The heroine must then try to find a way back home to the present. No, that didn't help at all.
Nope, that's an easy pass.
Oh, it's Fushigi Yugi, but with Japanese, like with ancient Japan instead of a Chinese mythology.
Well, you just
well,
made it
it's
sound a
not.
lot more interesting.
It's not. It's not ancient. It's Bakumatsu. It's 150 years ago. So
Okay.
Less
like Kenshin OVA's era.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one. Give it a try category. No expectations. Voice of Fox. Lifesong. You had some opinion on this. I recall.
Did I? I've already forgotten the name. Let me check. Manga voice. Did I?
You said something like you were going to give this a try, even if it was bad for several episodes. You were going to keep with it, or something like that.
Well, I guess I'll do that. Sure. I don't remember this at all. But why not?
I could have completely fabricated that, but now you feel you have to.
Yeah. Well, why not? This
Okay.
looks like another one of those Chinese anime.
Yeah, it does. Well, that's kind of neither here nor there, I guess. Next show is Hey, Your Cat Ears Are Showing. It's a cat boy. Wow, you don't see that too often.
Oh wow! I went from interested to lost instant.
You were okay with it being a cat girl anime, but cat
It's like
boy.
I'm cat girl, totally cool, complete. Yaoi show. Why not? Cat boy.
Wait, what?
Like I'm cool with what was that show we watched? Can't even remember the name. I'm doing terrible at names tonight.
Are you talking about Yaoi?
Yeah, we watched
Super
one.
Lovers?
Yeah, Super Lovers. That kind of thing. No big deal. But Cat Boys.
Super Lovers with cats, and you're not excited. I can't believe it. I don't know. I'm probably going to watch, at least try it for the novelty of it being a cat boy instead of a cat girl. Although this I would not be surprised if it was a short. But hey, I've been wrong about that before. So we'll see. Thunderbolt Fantasy 2. I confess, I tried to watch the first episode of Thunderbolt Fantasy whenever it came out a year or so ago, and it actually made me dizzy. Something about it, I can't watch it. So this is one of the few things where there's no chance I'm going to watch this because I don't want to get a headache. I think it's Urobuchi, isn't it?
Yes.
So Sal, you're probably watching this.
Oh yeah, and the good part about it is that I think from the way season 1 ended, it's basically going to be a whole new setting, and only 2 of the characters from season 1 are appearing in it, with the rest being a new cast.
Okay, so I guess if anything earth-shattering happens in it, be sure, let us know. I find the idea of it interesting. I just can't watch it because the animation just doesn't work for me.
I will say the original did have the unexpected, the Urobuchi twist, where the whole show takes a whole new direction type of thing that he always does.
Yeah. Wait, did it have a twist where suddenly they're not puppets anymore, or
not something like that, but more like it was more like the direction the story took.
Okay. Moving on to Fist of the Blue Sky, Regenesis 2, the second core of this. I did not know there was a first core, so I'm just going to skip it unless anybody has anything.
All I will say about it is that this one and the first season, it was actually a direct continuation of the original Fist of the Blue Sky anime. So only for those who kept up with that or read the manga.
How long ago was that, the original?
I would say in the mid or late 2000s era.
Oh, so not that long ago. Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. Moving on to Gorenzi Money Pitch 2. I keep scrolling past this on Crunchyroll when I'm looking at the recently updated shows. Gurazeni. What did I say? Gorenzi. It's Gurazeni. And I really don't know anything about it. So, but at least in the picture, the dude's wearing a baseball uniform. So I'm going to say this is Moneyball the anime until I hear differently. So, no one's watching this except maybe Lifesong out of a sense of completeness, right?
No. This is a sequel, and I'm going to use this is a sequel card and pass.
Oh, okay. Okay. Coming next, another game adaptation. Ken Aoki Kagayaki, adaptation of a role-playing game franchise. Yeah, thank you. That tells us nothing. Mm-hmm. And we don't even have proper artwork for this one. We just get kanji. So thanks, Studio Dean. Yeah, we know nothing about that, so we will therefore say nothing about it. Yep. Inazuma 11, Orion no Kokoin. This is another sequel, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
it might be a new one, because since Inazuma 11 was like an RPG soccer game by Level 5 who brought us Dark Cloud and Ni no Kuni and stuff.
See, I was all prepared to dismiss this and never care about it again, and now you said that, and now I feel like I might have to care, and I don't know. All right. I'll find out sometime between this podcast and the next time we record, I'll figure out what's actually like going on with Inazuma 11 besides what you said and find out if it's something I might be interested in. Okay, Bakutsuri Bar Hunter by Toei Animation. Together, Tata and Potopen use a special Bakatsuri bar rod item to fish for other bar souls. So this is the second fishing anime of the season. But this one, they don't fish in space.
There's no spaceships. There's no space. Yeah. Just souls.
Just so...
Fishing souls is so old. I don't know.
You're like totally moved on to space fishing. You don't care about soul fishing anymore.
Universe space fishing is where it's at. There's actually been a couple of anime where that's happened.
Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna be a merchandising show meant to sell toys to kids. So.
It does.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we're probably not watching it.
I mean, some of them have been exciting, like the mecha anime Shinka Lion, which featured Hatsune Miku as a mecha pilot and a happy version of Shinji from Eva, piloting a train version of Eva Unit 1.
That's not Shinji. That's someone else. That can't be that. Those things don't work.
Well, they did say it was Shinji in the show, from what I saw, but yeah, it's an alternate Shinji.
You're just like dropping these information bombs, and I just like don't have time to react. So like, wait, Hatsune Miku was a mecha pilot? This happened? Okay. All right, but we got to move on here. We got to move on. Okay. Kira, happy Hirake Kokotama. This looks like another
at the bottom of the popularity list for a reason.
Well, it also looks like it says original, but a new series will focus on a new No, it looks like it's a new season in an ongoing kids series, I think, but it's not anyone I recognize. So. I don't know. Sometimes I get the urge to just watch things with fluffy things with big eyes. So I might actually try this if it ends up on Crunchyroll or something. But yeah, not something I anticipate blogging about or anything like that. Okay.
Maybe something you could watch of Gwen to see if the cute things catch her eye.
That's not such a ridiculous idea. She actually asked to watch Chi Sweet Home the other day. Not the original Chi Sweet Home, the 3D one, because that's the one that's on Amazon. She doesn't ask for it by name, of course, but she says kitty cat, and then when she says kitty cat, she wants to watch Chi. So yeah. Oh. Okay, now we're almost done. We're just going to look at the shorts really quick. Himote House. Let's look at the last sentence. The girls live their daily lives trying to figure out ways to be popular, and they and the cats all possess a mysterious secret power. If it's right in front of my face on Crunchyroll, I'll give it a try. Otherwise, I don't care. Sonotoki Kanojo. Well, you guys are going to have to interrupt me, by the way, if you want to say anything about these at this point.
If I have something to say, I will interrupt you.
Okay. Sonotoki Kanojo wa, the anime will take place in Fukuoka and will follow the love lives of 4 female protagonists as high school students, college students, and as working adults. That sounds kind of ambitious for a short.
I'll give that one a shot just because it does sound ambitious.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll start when they're like little children, and then at the end they'll be like 90-year-old women. It'll be like a 5-minute anime. That would be
that'd be interesting. That's certainly ambitious if that is what they're going for.
Yeah. Okay, Jingai-san no Yome, the 4-panel manga follows a 16-year-old male high school student named Tomari Hunawa who marries a mysterious and fluffy life form named Kananogi.
So, it's about a dude married to a space goat? Really? Let's look at the picture. It looks like a goat.
It's a space goat. Okay. I want to watch it now. Okay, that sounds good. Space Battleship Tiramisu 2? Wait a minute. There was a Space Battleship Tiramisu 1?
Yeah, it aired during the spring season. And it was like and it made a lot of parodies of like sci-fi and space operas.
Okay, I just thought if there was something with tiramisu in the title, I thought I would have remembered it. But if it wasn't a food anime at all, then I'm okay not watching it. Okay. Hashiri Tsuzukete Yokatate. The story centers on Minato. Oh, let's just look at the last sentence. The series follows the trials and tribulations of those who aim to become voice actors. That could be good. I mean, Girlish Number was very good, but it's a short, and I don't know if that really... I'll probably watch it, but I'm not expecting much.
I'll give it a shot. I never know with short. Sometimes they are really good, and you you just don't know.
Yeah.
Like Tonkatsu DJ Agataro, that one was a surprise.
That was fun. I don't know if that was good, but it was fun.
Well, we know we enjoyed watching it. We don't know anything else for sure, but we know we enjoyed watching it.
What I remember about it at this point is that he tries to be chill, and he gets so good at being chill, like he like goes in an ice box and like nearly freezes to death. That's my memory of that show, which is
okay.
bizarre.
No more Takatsu DJ. Or, wait, no, not Takatsu. What is it? Tonketsu? Help me here.
It was
Tonkatsu. Thank you. Okay, now we move on to Shudengo Capsule Hotel Joshini Binnetsu Taru Utawaru Yoru. Oh God,
They someone spend the night at a nearby capsule hotel, but an incident forces them to share the same unit.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not proud of it. And if you ask me if I'm watching it, I'll probably deny it. This doesn't really seem suited to a short, does it? Well, I shouldn't say that because
well, it depends on what the length of the episode is. I mean, a 12-minute episode can basically cover whatever they want.
Yeah, that's true. It seems like if it's like 3 minutes, that's just going to be, well, a tease, quite literally.
Right.
So I am a little bit intrigued to see if this actually does something like, is it possible it might do something like genuinely erotic without just being like, oh, you can see her panties, or I can't really quite put it into words, but
they might. It's hard to tell, based off no information.
Like, I don't want it to actually be hentai. Like, it would just be nice if it was like.
Well, there's a manga. You can go read it and find out and let us know.
That would be work. I'm too busy with my light reading, like War and Peace.
I guess in a way, Scum's Wish kind of went down that route, like doing that sort of thing without showing anything.
Yeah, I don't really need them to show anything.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Okishiyasu Chitose-chan, this is a short about a penguin. I am watching the hell out of this, and I'm not going to let anybody stop me. Oh God, it's not just a penguin anime, it's a food anime. So
penguins eating food. Is there anything else in there that?
There's nothing else we could possibly want in life.
Penguins eating food. No. I was just wondering if it was going to be like in a book cafe or something. That's,
Well, I guess that's the only thing that could possibly make it more perfect, But
no, but there's some. It's a shrine. It's a shame, but.
Okay, so I will be watching this and taking extensive notes. I probably won't even post them on the blog. I'll just be taking notes for my own pleasure. So, okay. Devidal, 3 demons who are living in the human world. Oh, they strive to become idols. I was almost interested until it said they were becoming idols, and now I'm like so over it.
Yeah.
Don't care. Pingu in the City 2. I never saw the first Pingu in the City, but it's another penguin short, so I'm going to have to see it eventually.
I've actually seen Pingu in the City show up in AMVs. I kid you not.
Really?
Like at anime conventions. It's amusing. That's all I've seen of it. But
okay. I mean, I'm as a penguin fan, I'm vaguely glad there is more penguin anime, but I haven't seen the first one yet, so I'm not going to watch this one yet. The Idolmaster Side M, Wake Ate Mini. These Chibi Idolmaster, Chibi Love Live, whatever shows are not for me. Like, I tried watching, which one was it? Like Cinderella Girls or something a season or 2 ago. And yeah, if you're not like deeply ensconced in that whole like idol culture, it means nothing to you. So I'm not going to watch it.
Pretty sure unless you're actually deeply ensconced in the specific game culture, like you're lost.
Yeah, exactly. So, for the people who were happy about it, enjoy, but I'm not going to watch it. Atono no Boyogu-san, 4-panel fantasy comedy manga, is set in a world of sword and sorcery. Okay, if you're saying it's fantasy, do you really need to say it's set in a world of sword and sorcery?
Yeah, it comes with a unique armor shop that only deals...
It seems to deal with weapon shops. So like Reciteer, the anime, maybe.
It is a weapon shop thing, but it's like only sells armor for female adventurers, and it's marked as an ecchi show, so I don't know if it's going to be something interesting or something really dumb or somewhere in between. Could be
it just sounds like it's going to be silly fan service, which is fine, but nothing I need to watch. Hoshi no Shima no Nyanko. Oh, more cats. Something for my daughter. Yay! When they happen to chance upon it, they immediately get to work developing the island, but encounter many difficulties in their tasks. Wait a minute. It's cats involved in urban planning.
making cats teach you about urban planning doesn't really.
I mean,
the
it
sad
doesn't.
thing is, the sad thing is, if it's interesting, I might actually like it, and I don't know.
It's just, they need to establish a new town. I mean, they're going to have to deal with, infrastructure and garbage disposal, and it's going to be work.
There's so many dumb premises like that actually end up being super interesting that I can't even write it off.
Oh, it's on the top of my list right now. I saw Cats Urban Planning. 2-year-old might actually watch it without screaming, so I'm all in. So. Okay, and last one is Eigen Kaiju, which has 0 information whatsoever, so we don't have to feel bad about saying nothing about it. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really pay much attention to anime movies usually until like years after the fact, so I'm not even gonna go over the movies. Plus, we've been doing this for a while, so I think we're good for now. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, to be completely honest, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot we're that excited for, but I mean, there's not a huge quantity of shows we're excited for.
Sword Art Online. What else could we need?
Yeah, but with Sword Art Online airing and possibly being like 4 cores, I mean, I think we have enough on our plates for the time being. I mean,
technically, there's Attack on Titan season 3, which we didn't mention, and I think none of us are even watching. So,
that was listed as a continuation. That's why I didn't.
Oh,
bring it up.
That is where that is. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Like years from now, when Attack on Titan is all over, I want to read like that is 5
exactly how I feel about it. Well, no, I might even watch the whole thing. If it ends, I'll just keep hearing so many little things about it. It's like, just let me know when it's over, and I'll catch it.
Yeah, see, I don't want to watch it when it's over. Just when it ends, I want to read like a text summary of the story, so I can be like, oh, so that's what all that was about, and then just never think about it again.
Skip through to all the scenes with the potatoes. Look for all the potatoes.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're pretty much done for tonight. Before we sign off, any thoughts on what we might want to do next time? Or do you think we're just going to be busy discussing the new season next time?
I'm cool just to find out where the season is and go from there.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm not going to even attempt to say anything about scheduling because I'd like to get into podcasting more often. But whenever I say that, like horrible disasters befall me. So we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. Okay. So thanks for listening. Hope everybody enjoys the new season with us. And good night.
Good night.
Bye.
I'm going to hit stop broadcast.